Hello everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing the Axis Global Innovation Fund of Fund. In this video, we will cover the fund's investment strategy, its portfolio construct, the past performance, pros and cons of investing in this fund, and whether this is the right fund for you. We can see that of late there have been a lot of global funds that have been launched. So let's dive deeper into this one and understand how it's different. Let us start with understanding the fund's investment strategy. The scheme is a global fund of fund and invests in units of an existing global fund called Schroders International Selection Fund Global Disruption. The main theme of the fund is to pick companies that have the potential to use tech and automation to disrupt traditional business models. The fund mainly buys high growth stocks that fall under one of the three categories. First is disruptors, that are companies that are leading the innovation like Netflix, Amazon, etc. These are higher risk categories since their valuations are on the higher side. Second comes enablers, which are companies that produce raw materials or infrastructure used by disruptors in their business. These can be companies like chip makers, IT or software providers, lithium-ion battery companies for EV, etc. These categories are moderate in risk because irrespective of which company gains market share, they will be used by the entire industry. The third category is adapters. Adapters are traditional companies that are changing their strategy and business model to adapt to these new technologies. Example, Disney, which was a traditional large MNC, has entered the streaming business to compete with Netflix. These investments are low risk as the companies are more safe and well established. The main industries that are actively being disrupted are fintech, digitalization, e-commerce, automation, etc. Let's look at how the portfolio is constructed. The portfolio is quite over-diversified and holds around 100 to 110 stocks. 50% of these stocks are disruptors, 30% enablers, and 20%, which are the safe stocks, are adapters. The fund is free to invest anywhere in the world, but currently around 60% of the investment are concentrated in the US, and 15% are in emerging countries like China. The fund is a more recent fund and does not have too much of a track record. It has launched only in 2018, but even in the short period of time, we can see that there has been significant outperformance over benchmark. This number can also be higher due to the outperformance of tech stocks in the last 1 year. Let's see the pros and cons of the fund. The fund offers global exposure in the portfolio, which can diversify assets and help minimize the overall risk. The core themes of these funds are futuristic and can be high growth and price multiplier companies. Even though the past performance is very recent, it's strong and shows proof of concept. The limitations of investing in this fund could be that tech stocks have already had a massive rally in the past 1 year and are very richly valued now. Though some correction has been seen in the past 6 months, this sector still holds valuation risk. The fund is also over-diversified and holds too many stocks. While this can minimize risk, it can also dilute returns. The fund is a fund of fund and it's taxed as a debt fund. Equity funds are taxed at only 10% in the long term, while debt funds are taxed at 20% with indexation. Now that we've understood how the fund works, let's analyze if this is the right fund for you. If you are willing to stay invested for over 5 years and are looking to add global equities as part of your asset allocation, then you can consider picking this fund. It's also important to assess your existing position in global funds, particularly tech-focused funds, and only then decide. Ideally, your overall allocation to global equities should not exceed 15 to 20% of your portfolio. With current market valuations, investments via SIP are more suitable than lump sums in such categories. Please consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. If you'd like us to review any other NFOs, please drop us a comment below, or you can get in touch with our advisors to know more.